I think that rant was more entertaining than watching Jey Uso wrestle, but we won't get into that. Welcome back to another video. My name is Botched Braden, and today I'm joined with visionaryvonn and heartbreakmier, and we're going to talk about the current status of WWE and the card of Backlash. So, I mean, let's just jump right into it. We've got a couple things to start off with. We got the WWE releases, which is absolutely crazy to me. Not only who they released, but how they did it. They did it like what, an hour before SmackDown. So it was like all kind of like SmackDown. Really, I wouldn't say it was a joke, but it was really not worth watching. And I think all of like WWE Online was just talking about all the releases. All like it was nothing about SmackDown. It was just straight releases. They should have done it like on a day AEW's like going on. You know what I'm saying? It's just I don't know. It's just the way they did it just didn't make a whole lot of sense. You had some big names like Braun Strowman, Shayna Baszler, Dakota Kai. Names like that are gone. Mir, your prediction from the last video is already wrong. So, I mean, it's just it's just so much happened, and
it's really surprising to me that they got released though, because like they was just champions not too long ago.
Yeah, I mean, all of them. Not all of them, but a lot of them are pretty surprising for me.
Yeah.
Especially Strowman. All of what he's gone through this past year is, I mean, I think he's what put Jacob Fatu not on the map, but he elevated Jacob Fatu to a different, to the next level, right? So it's kind of crazy to think about. I also believe that this is an indicator that WWE is pretty much not done with, but they're not going to build up the women's tag team titles anymore. You got rid of the names like Shayna Baszler, Kaden Carter, Katana Chance, Dakota Kai, Cora Jade, Jakar Jackson. So it's just a lot of those women were built in the tag team division and were staples of the tag team division, and now they're gone. So what did y'all see, and what are y'all thinking of the releases? Start with you, Vaughn.
I just think it's crazy that Braun Strowman got released. That was like the biggest surprise to me, just because, like you said, he elevated Jacob. Like he helped Jacob seem more dominant than what he already was. And then also he carried a feud with Bronson Reed earlier, not too long ago, and that's just the biggest surprise to me.
Yeah, the dominance that was seen from Fatu, I think only a person like Strowman could have given him that. When Fatu enters the ring, everybody thinks he's unbeatable. Nobody's going to be able to dethrone him, and I think that was all given by Braun. Mir, what are you thinking of these releases?
Not to piggyback off of Vaughn, but like he said, he carried a feud with Jacob, helped elevate him. Then Bronson Reed, they had a backstage brawl, which was, in my opinion, one of Bronson's best matches, and helped like carry him and elevated his stature. And then another big name is Dakota Kai. I'm very highly of her. She was one of the Damage Control members, and now like they just released her, like just like for what? She, in my opinion, she should have won the Women's Intercontinental Champion, but we can't see that now. But I hope she does good, and like wherever she goes.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was a big fan of Dakota. In my opinion, I think she was kind of like the Seth Rollins of the women's division, like a young Seth Rollins. I think if it wasn't for the injuries, she would still be on the roster. But unfortunately, I think those injuries kind of pushed her to the side. So I think it was imminent. It was going to happen eventually. I just hate the way they've done it now. So, and Braun Strowman too. I mean, his last match was April 4th against Fatu in a loss. So I mean, it's just the way they did it. I wasn't a huge fan of. I understand, every now and then you got to make cuts, whatever. But I don't know. I feel like they could have done it in a way that was. I don't know. I feel like it just took a lot away from what they've built in the past year with some of those names.
He didn't he get released the last time they made cuts too?
I don't know about the last time, but I know he got released before and then returned in 22, I believe.
Yeah.
So Definitely, I don't know. It's just an odd way of doing things, in my opinion.
If
Um,
I click the way like Braun Strowman treated for like the past couple of weeks, like behind the stage, behind the scenes, by like names like Paul Heyman, it's just like just the total disrespect. But like he deserves better, in my opinion. He was a big name for quite a while in WWE, and then just to see him go like this and like get bullied or picked on because he's not good enough, it's just like it hurts down inside. Just well, like I hope he does well somewhere else.
And another thing too, like you said, like they claim that he's not good enough. I don't understand where that comes from. Because for one, he's a big dude, and he for his size, I think he moved pretty good. And also, he's
yeah,
like
for sure, for sure.
somewhat like paralyzed in one of his legs or something.
Yeah,
So for him to still be out there competing like he doing, like that's a lot. Like I don't know, that takes a lot of heart.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm not sure. It could mean that they're planning on bringing in some pretty big names, and they just got to make room for it. Because as y'all know, the roster right now is pretty stacked with the names that they have in there, especially with a lot of the names that they've brought over from AEW. So I think they might have big plans. Maybe a Brock Lesnar. They have. I saw somewhere. I think it was. I might have seen it on Instagram. They released like a bunch of full matches for Brock Lesnar in the past week
Mm.
or so. So I mean that could be a name tossed around. But like I said, I mean I just think they have bigger plans than what they have currently. So I don't know. It's just a lot to think about. But moving past that, we've got Backlash coming up. What is that this weekend? Um,
Yeah.
I think it is. I think it's this Saturday. And we only got 4 matches, but it's already a pretty stacked card. Typically though, Backlash is like a carry on from WrestleMania. It's like the feuds that they just add on to the feuds that they've already had, and
Yeah.
this one's like completely different. Everything's built from the
Yeah.
ground up. You've got Cena versus Orton. You've got Lyra versus Becky, Gunther, Pat McAfee, and the Fatal 4-Way with Fatu, McIntyre, LA Knight, and Priest for the U.S. Championship. So everything is completely new and different from what we saw at Mania, which is a little surprising. And I think that is kind of hurting them in a way that they haven't really had much time to build these feuds. So I mean, I don't know where to start. I think we start with Cena and Orton. That'll probably be the main event that'll close the show.
Yeah.
Um,
Definitely.
yeah,
I think you can expect either a whole lot from this match or not anything from this match.
Yeah.
In my opinion, we're just gonna go straight to predictions. In my opinion, I think Cena loses by DQ and retains the undisputed title. I think he does this on purpose. He's gonna ruin wrestling. I think it's gonna be a terrible match. I don't think it'll be a match at all. I think he'll attack the ref like as soon as the bell rings or something. So I think because that's his plan, right? Ruin wrestling. So that's where I'm going with it. What do y'all think? Mir? What do you expect to see from this match?
I don't expect too much from this. Not like a 5-star match. They're both veterans, and I mean Cena's not gonna go out there put on a show with his new gimmick. I think he's gonna get the dub. No, excuse me. Randy's gonna get the dub by DQ, but Cena retains the championship. It's gonna be a whole lot of but I mean, excited two of my goats going at it once again. Very historic rivalry, and I'm just excited, man.
Yeah, for sure. I think a lot of people have these two guys on their Mount Rushmore. You know, top of the mountain from both of these guys. Like you said, they're veterans. They're older. So you can't really expect too much from it. But I think it'll be a good match regardless if there is a match, right? If Cena allows there to be a match. Vaughn, what do you think? What do you think's gonna happen throughout this?
Um, I'm gonna have to agree with y'all. Y'all said it's gonna be a disqualification, but I think it's gonna be the other way around. I think Cena's gonna push Randy into doing something that he don't want to do, and I think Randy's gonna get caught in the act, and he's gonna get disqualified, and Cena's gonna win like that. But I think they will have a match, but I don't think it's gonna be all that.
Yeah,
I'd say maybe a 15, 20 minute match, maybe three stars, maybe.
yeah. I mean, like I said, I wouldn't expect too much. I'll throw a different way for you. Maybe we get a returning Cody Rhodes. He's not listed till the SmackDown following. Maybe Cody Rhodes comes in, turns heel. He attacks Cena, attacks Randy. I don't know. But like I said, he's not booked until the following SmackDown, which could be him explaining why he did what he did at Backlash. I don't know. So definitely, I mean, I wouldn't say exciting, but it could be entertaining to say the least. Moving on to the next least exciting match, we've got Gunther versus Pat McAfee.
You don't think
Gunther,
it's gonna be exciting?
I'm not too excited for it. I think it'll be kind of like a squash match. I don't
Yeah, you call
expect
it what you want.
I don't expect much
Pat,
out of this match.
Pat, Pat ready to go in there and get his hands dirty.
Hey, Pat can definitely wrestle. We've seen a few instances of him in the ring, but not in quite some time. So I don't know how this is gonna turn out. Like I said, I think it'll be a squash match. I think this match is just for Gunther to get his what do you call it? Just for him to seem more strong, tough, whatever you want to say. I don't see it being like a 5-star match per se. I don't see it. I just think it'll be just dominating from Gunther.
Yeah, I would say like you said. I think it's gonna be the same thing. Like it's gonna make him seem like he's very, very dominant. Like you gotta think right now, he just lost the world championship, and he needs to build up momentum to get it back. So I think he might actually destroy Pat, but I think Pat gonna put on a good show though.
Well, to add on to what you said, he didn't just lose the championship. He lost it to his own move and like 5 seconds of being in the move and tapped out. Not a good look for somebody that's supposed to be as dominant as Gunther's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So I think this match is going to be exactly that, just him asserting dominance around the ring. It might be an early stoppage. I don't know. Mir, what are you seeing from this?
Just like y'all said, he just needs to build his momentum back up. He just lost WrestleMania to Jay. So, I mean, he's back down in the rankings, so he needs to build back up. I know some people don't like the direction that Gunther is going, attacking the announce team, but I mean, it's an easy way to build him back up and make him seem more dominant after losing the championship. So I got Gunther.
Yeah, for sure. And like you said, it's an easy path that they could have taken. It's not going to take away from anybody else. Go ahead, Vaughn.
I think I'm gonna switch. I think I'm gonna go with Pat to win. You gotta think if he wins, Gunther's gonna be even more like mad, bro. So you can look how you want, because when Pat wins, you're gonna be looking crazy.
So if Pat wins,
I
though,
think the only way
how
he
much
wins
does
is
that
by
how
distraction,
much
though.
how much does that take away from Gunther if Pat wins?
It depends on how they do it. Now, if he was to lose clean to Pat, that's different. But if you have somebody there to help Pat, then I don't think it's that bad.
I don't know. I can't see it. They might go that route, but I highly doubt they'd let him lose not only twice in a row, but lose to a commentator. Like I said, I mean Pat
He's not a
McAfee.
commentator, bro.
Like I said, Pat McAfee is an athlete. We've seen him in the ring before. He can get down, but I don't see him.
He was born to be a pro wrestler. Come on, man. Just saying.
Moving on. We'll get out of this territory because we could talk about this all night. We've got a really exciting feud between Lyra and Becky. I wish there was a little bit more build to it, but I still think this could be a contender for match of the night. We obviously don't know what the rest of the card holds. If there is a rest, we could just get 4 matches. I'm not sure. But as of what's confirmed, we only have 4 matches. But I think this could be a contender for match of the night. Both Lyra and Becky Lynch. Becky turned heel on Lyra after losing the tag titles to the Judgment Day. So What are we expecting to see from this match?
Yeah, we're gonna let you go first.
Who?
And Braden, you go first this time.
All right. I'll go first. I think Lyra retains. I think Lyra needs to solidify her championship reign, and I think there's no better person to do that against than Becky Lynch, her former best friend. I think this could be a pretty long feud between them. I think that we could see this, carry into SummerSlam. Like I said, I think Lyra retains it clean. Maybe we get Bayley coming back as a heel, because she got dropped. So I don't know. I mean, it's just we could see a lot of things from this one, but I think Lyra definitely retains it.
I'll go. I mean, I like Lyra's reign so far, and I don't. I mean, I can see Becky winning it, but I'm gonna just go with Lyra because I like her reign as champion, and we might get a potential Bayley coming back and costing maybe Lyra the championship and turn the heel on Lyra. You never know, but I'm gonna just go with Lyra to carry that championship.
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to count Becky out. She could definitely win it. But like I said, I think this could solidify Lyra's reign as the Intercontinental Champion. Vaughn, what are you expecting to see from this one?
Like you said, I think this has the potential to be match of the night. But like y'all, I think Becky takes it. Just based off of it's a new title they just brought in. Becky's never held it, and I think Becky can build it up to much more than what it is already. So I see them taking that route and putting the belt on Becky and letting her elevate the title.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. I think that if they want to make somebody a quick Grand Slam champion in the women's division, I think Becky would probably be the first one to do it. Because as of right now, there's no real Grand Slam champions because they added the mid card titles. So I mean, if anybody's gonna do it, I think Becky could do it, and what better way to do it than beat Lyra for the IC championship? Anything?
I think that was the match I had predicted for Mania for them two to fight, but Becky took time off, so obviously we didn't get that.
Yeah, I think that was one of your predictions was Lyra versus Becky, which I mean you wasn't too far off. You were one PLE away, so
Yeah.
So not
technically. I mean, it's the Backlash to WrestleMania, so
I don't know if we're gonna get that.
Right.
I don't think we'll get that technical with it. Everything, like I said, everything's fresh for this PLE. Nothing carrying over unless you wanted to include the Fatu LA Knight and all that, the Fatal 4-Way. Which getting into that's gonna be a pretty exciting match as well. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I wish Jacob Fatu would have got somebody new, or maybe just a rematch with LA Knight. McIntyre and Priest had their match at Mania, so I mean it's just I don't know. I think the build for it hasn't been the best. For me, I think Fatu retains it. I think there might be some interference from Solo or Tama, and I don't know. That's really all I have to say. I mean, I just like I said. I mean, it just hasn't been much of a build for me for it. So, but like I said, I think Fatu retains it. What do you think, Vaughn?
Like I said, I'm gonna go with the same pick. I think Jacob retains it, but I feel like if they want to push Fatu more, this would be the only way to get that title off him. It's a fatal 4-way. It's not a one-on-one. He has more of a chance to lose it without him being pinned. So I think if they want to take it, hold on, cuz I'm out. Say something.
What do you want me to say?
Okay, like
Yeah, your
Is it
mic
when-
your mic tweak
Yeah.
too. You good? Go
What?
ahead. Go ahead.
What was the last thing I said?
I don't remember.
If they would have elevated
Oh yeah,
Jacob,
yeah. If they want to elevate him, this is the way to do it.
Okay, yeah, if they want to elevate him, this is the way to do it. Instead of it being a one-on-one, him losing to somebody on his own, you take it off him now and let him go to the main event.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's the only way to elevate him. I think if Solo turns on him, that could be a way to get the belt off of him. Not now,
No,
but later down the road.
Solo to beat Jacob in a one-on-one.
No, I'm saying if he turns on him while he's in a one-on-one.
Okay, yeah.
I think that'd be a way to take it off of him as well. But I mean, you're exactly right. This fatal four-way is the perfect time to get the belt off of him if that's their plan, to elevate him. I don't see him taking it off him now. I think it's way too soon. What's it been like 2 weeks since Mania? So I think it's a little too
Yeah.
soon to take it off of him. But I mean, like you said, it's a perfect time to do so since it's 3 other people in the match to get pinned. Mir, what are you saying for this?
I mean, this match is a 50-50 for me. It could be match of the night. It could not be. But I mean, it's 4 talented superstars going at it. And I'm a huge Drew fan, but it's too soon to take the belt off Jacob. So I mean, you gotta make him push that U.S. Championship more and more each Friday night, and eventually Solo's gonna cost him it. So I think Jacob's gonna retain at Backlash.
Yeah, I mean, I think if anybody else wins it, it's not going to be McIntyre. I think he's too big for the U.S. title. I think if anybody else wins it, it'll be Priest or LA Knight. But like you said, I just don't see Fatu losing it just yet.
Also, another thing I feel like I think maybe they build to a Solo versus Jacob match at SummerSlam. So I think there's some point out the match if Solo's out there, I think he might try to cost Jacob the match, and that's what builds more tension between them two.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility as well. But like I said, I mean, you got the rest of the bloodline as well. So I mean, Fatu's got a lot of cards in his deck that he could use at any disposal. So definitely a match to look out for. A lot of these guys
This is
are.
Besides the card, does anybody have a timetable on Tangaloa, the GOAT?
The GOAT, I don't know. What is he even? I don't even know what he's out for.
I don't know either.
I just know that he hasn't
I
been on
think
TV.
he tore something, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
Prayers
have
to him.
Yeah, that's right. Let's get him back in the
Nobody
ring.
has a timetable on it.
I
Need him back.
have no clue. Hey,
I
this
need
this
the eye patch and all.
this might be the PLE that he comes back. I don't know. Like I said, Jacob. I mean, he's got so much at his disposal at any time. But I mean, every guy in here is main or 5-star worthy. They can be match of the night on any given night. So this definitely could be match of the night. I'm still gonna take Lyra versus Becky, but keep your eyes out for this match. All right, so that's the full card as of right now. I don't know what's funny, but we'll just continue past that. Potential matches that we could get. I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna say Stratton versus Nia. Stratton has yet to defeat Nia Jax in a singles match. She defeated her in a tag match with Trish Stratus, but she hasn't defeated her in a singles match. So if you want to solidify Tiffany, I think she's got to beat Nia, and I think this is a perfect time to do so. They've already teased it. They've already put it together. So this could definitely be a match that they throw on the card. Mir, what matches are you looking forward to that we could potentially see on this card?
I'm gonna just go ahead and get out the way. Main event: Jey Uso and Logan Paul. I mean,
Why are you shaking your head?
That's not a match I want to see. Unless Logan Paul wins it. If Logan wins it, then dude, I will be so happy.
I don't see that.
I don't
I
see it
just-
either. That's why I don't want to see the match. But if he does win it, then I'll be more than happy.
I mean, it's a solid first opponent for Jey Uso. I mean,
Yeah, I think Logan can elevate anybody that he's in the ring with. Not saying that Jey Uso can't wrestle, although it has been said that he doesn't have more than 5 moves. So,
Dude, but I hate when people say that, bro. Because if you want to be technical with it, Cena has 5 moves. Cody has
and
3 moves.
and what do they chant when Cena gets in the ring?
if
You
you want-
can't wrestle.
But if you want to be honest though, the GOAT Roman Reigns only had like 5 moves. Let's be real.
But he's the GOAT for a reason. He's one of the best at selling. He's one of the best on mic. So
I understand that, but still though.
the storytelling that Roman delivers is far better than Jey Uso. The selling
but 5
that
moves
Roman
is 5
Reigns.
moves.
But if that's all you've got is the 5 moves. If you're not doing the storytelling, if you're not doing the selling, if you're not doing the crowd work, you know what I mean? If that's all you've got is the crowd behind you and 5 moves, are you really up there?
I mean, technically, bro, I don't think it's about your moves. It is about the crowd, the way the crowd views you, and how they take you in.
You're exactly right, and
I think
that's
what
why
pushed
Jey Uso is where he is because of the crowd. If it wasn't for the crowd,
Also,
he would still be in the tag team division.
But let's be real though, who was the MVP of the Bloodline story?
Roman Reigns.
So all them angles they did.
If it wasn't for Roman, there would be no Jey Uso.
Okay, I don't. Dude,
Am I wrong? If it wasn't for Roman,
that's wrong.
there
You're
would
wrong.
be
If
no
you-
bloodline. There would be no Jey
didn't-
Uso.
okay.
There would be no Jimmy Uso. It would be the Usos. There would be none of that.
Exactly, and that's
There would be none of that singles.
All they needed was each other. That's all that matters.
But if it wasn't for Roman, there'd be none of that.
Did they come in with Roman? No.
Okay, but what I'm saying is they would still be in the tag division if it wasn't for the Bloodline storyline.
Okay.
Who started the Bloodline
honestly-
storyline? Roman Reigns.
Okay, but look though, who would have a problem with them being in the tag division right now? Nobody.
I would love if they put them back in the tag division.
Exactly. They would be the best tag team. They are the best tag team in the world. I don't care what nobody say.
And why are they the
But-
best tag team in the world?
What you mean? Why? Just because they is. I mean,
Because of the Bloodline storyline. Because
oh
of
my
Roman
gosh.
Reigns.
No, bro, no, it's not. But anyways, nobody would have a problem. Like you said, if they would have stayed a tag team, nobody would have a problem with it. They need a tag team. They would be the only tag team that can keep the tag division up there and popular.
You talking about
No, they didn't need Roman
the Raw division?
I'm talking about both divisions.
Like you talking about right now?
It don't matter.
Because the SmackDown
Yes, it don't matter.
SmackDown division is thriving right now.
But you gotta think about it. If you add the Usos to it, what's gonna happen to it?
I think it would be oversaturated.
You just a hater, bro. That's
I
all
mean,
it is.
like I said, I like the Usos. There's nothing wrong with the Usos. But when you take Jey Uso, who's, in my opinion, not very entertaining, he's got the yeet. I love to yeet. I eat all day. I eat in my sleep. So I have no problem with his persona. It's just like in ring, it's boring to me. Same thing with Sami Zayn. I don't like watching Sami Zayn because it's like they get hit with every move in the book, and then they just get up like they're invincible. You know what I'm saying? It's just
I mean, but that's the same with Cody though. They made.
I don't
Cody
like
seem he's
I don't like
like-
Cody Rhodes. I'll
you
be the
gotta
first.
think, though,
I'll
like-
be the first one to tell you that Cody Rhodes should have stayed in AEW.
I'm not gonna say all that because they ain't about to be hating me for that. But you gotta think about it. Like when Solo was with Roman and somebody got hit with that spear spike, who was kicking out of that? Let's be real. Who was kicking out of that? Nobody. And then they put Cody in there. He kicked out of that. Kicked out of like 4-5 spears. Like, bro, I didn't like that one bit.
So what is your
2
point?
spears, okay.
So what is your point?
You said something about you don't like that Jay and Sammy get hit with every move and then they get up like they're
And I just told you I don't like anything about Cody, so
Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't have said nothing.
I just think that Jey Uso should not be in the main event. Maybe the Intercontinental Championship, maybe the U.S. Championship, but the World Heavyweight Championship.
I'm not.
He
You're not
just.
gonna take that away from him, though.
I know
He
I'm
earned
not.
that.
I know I'm not. He's already there, but I don't like him there. I don't think he should have been the one to dethrone Gunther. I don't think he should be holding the title
Okay.
in general.
So, and why do you say he shouldn't have dethroned Gunther?
In my personal views, I just don't see him as a main eventer. I don't see him.
Okay, so it was different for Sammy just because it was a big card title.
I didn't say Sammy should. I was the first to tell you that Sammy shouldn't dethrone Gunther. Clean,
I think we was in
clean
agreement on
anyway.
Who should have?
Clean anyway.
I think we was in agreement on who should have dethroned him.
Who should have dethroned him?
I think Chad Gable should have dethroned him.
I don't think anybody should have dethroned him. At the current time that we was at, I don't think anybody should have dethroned Gunther.
So what
they
was he
took
gonna do,
it.
just vacate it because he was too good.
No, they took the belt off of him, which I was fine with. I think he's bigger than that. They gave it to him with the World Heavyweight Championship, and then they gave it to Jay. I think the timelines aren't. They could have brought so many different people into it that, like, I would have been happy if Drew McIntyre dethroned him.
But also, though, do you want to keep pushing it that he's that dominant where he needs to hold a title to be relevant?
No, because look at Roman Reigns. He doesn't have a title,
That's
and
different.
he's still.
Roman's the GOAT.
Yes, Roman is the GOAT, but that doesn't disprove that he doesn't need
But
the title to be in that conversation.
But this is what I'm telling you, though. We all know that Roman don't need a title to be relevant. I feel like they think Gunther might need one to stay relevant.
Who thinks that though?
The people.
Whose people? The Rock's people? I mean, I understand. Like
People.
Gunther's been a champion. What, like 90, whatever percent?
No, I'm gonna have to stop you.
Stop
You
me.
said that last time. It's like 89%, 87%.
Yeah, it's just, but it's something like ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
So I understand where you're coming from, but at the same time, we've got people like Roman Reigns that are in the main event category that don't need the belt. We've got people like Seth Rollins in the main event category that doesn't need the belt. CM Punk.
They're built different. They're built different.
Last year, like they're
built different.
But how? I just don't see how it's different. Gunther puts on 5-star matches every time he's in the ring, except when he's in the ring with Jey Uso. That's all I'm gonna say. The last however many matches you can think of with Gunther has been close to a 5-star match. Then he fights Jey Uso and it's maybe a 3.5 star. That's all I gotta say about that.
Let's say this. When Roman fought Jey at SummerSlam, remember?
Mm-hmm.
What would you have rated that match?
What would I'd have to go back and watch the match. I mean, it wasn't. I don't think it was a masterclass match. I think storytelling wise, it was a good match.
I didn't ask that.
But that's what I'm saying is I don't think it would have been a 5-star match.
You got to think though. They put on basically probably like a 35, 40-minute match. Nobody complained about it. You didn't hear not one person say that match was not good.
Yeah, but nobody's.
So I don't think it's because of Jey.
So what do you think it's because? If you're in the ring with Roman Reigns, it's kind of hard to not have a good match.
Dude, exactly.
And
that's the thing. You could put Roman Reigns in the ring with Akira Tozawa, bro, and it'd still be a 5-star match.
I don't know about 5-star, but that's the exact point I'm making about Gunther. Is every match that Gunther has been a part of has been close to a 5-star match.
But you would say when he had those, he carried those matches, kind of, right?
I wouldn't say he carried them, but I would definitely say he's a big part of that. But I mean, like if you think about, this is one of my favorite Gunther matches is with Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. I don't think Gunther carried the match.
That's different though, because it's 3 people. I'm talking about just one-on-one matches.
I mean, yeah, I would say Gunther. I'm not gonna say carries every single match, but I would say he's a massive part of that rating, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so why when he fights Jay, all of a sudden there's a terrible match?
I never said it was a
Then,
terrible
I mean,
match. It was
if
just not on par with Gunther's other matches.
so, why didn't he carry it then?
I think it's hard to carry. This is exactly the point I'm making. Is Jey Uso is not on the level of the other opponents that Gunther has been fighting against. Jey Uso is a tag team competitor. There's a reason that Jey Uso had one of the worst WrestleMania matches of all time with his brother Jimmy, because they are a tag team. Why? I don't know why you made that face. That was why.
Dude, it was time management, bro. Like you gotta think,
Time management aside, they could have had 45 minutes. They could have had 5 minutes. At the end of the day, they was going. All they did was spam super kicks. You know what they do? It's kind of like Penta with his little Penta walk in the Cerro Miedo. It's like that, but with super kicks. Okay, like they just spam it the entire match. All they do is super kicks. Like I'm tired. Like, can I see something else, please? I think a super kick is the weakest move you can do now. AEW ruined it. Jay and Jimmy Uso ruined it. I don't know whoever else does it, they ruined it. It's the most overused move in wrestling right now.
I'm not gonna necessarily say they ruined it, but I think it is overused. I would say that it's overused.
It's ruined.
I don't think it's ruined.
I think a super kick
Well,
is.
you said.
You gotta think though, like when it was at its peak, Shawn Michaels, if you got hit with the Sweet Chin Music, you're cooked. You're done for. But now that's just an everyday move. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you're right.
So like I said, Jey Uso is a mid-carder at best.
Stop slamming him, though. Like, that's crazy, bro.
I don't even think it's slander. It's just, I mean, I understand, like, he's super over with the crowd. I mean, he's probably the most over we've seen anybody for the past decade. So I understand their need to push him because the revenue he's making for the company. But wrestling wise, Jey Uso is not a main eventer.
I knew he was going to take it there.
Take what where?
Man, what you think?
I mean, he got the best merch out right now. So
the best merch?
Yeah, he got the most highest selling merch
as far as sales, yeah. Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah. So I understand like why you think they would put the belt on him just because of that, the revenue, and it attracts the fans, more people. So I understand your point. But I mean, he deserves to be a world champion. I mean, he grinded his butt off. So I mean, why not reward him?
All right, so let me put this into comparison. Let's say I'm a rapper. Okay, I'm the worst rapper you've ever heard in your life, but I'm putting songs out every single day. I'm grinding my tail off, doing everything that I can to be put on the map. Does that mean I should be mainstream? I should be the young boy. I should be the Kendrick Lamars, just because I'm putting in the work?
If you're getting better at your work, I think it's a possibility. But
I'm saying strictly off of my grind, based on what I do day in and day out, not based on how my work is.
Different. You can't. I mean, I don't think you compare this to rapping though.
I can compare it to anything though. You should not.
No.
At the end of the day, it's a business, right? So they're gonna do whatever they can do to make money. Okay, so if you're making money, yeah, I guess you should be world heavyweight champion, whatever.
So if you wanted to compare it to rapping, right? If you was, like you said, if you was making music every day grinding, but you wasn't good, why would they make you mainstream? You're not bringing them no money.
So that's you're right. But like I said, Jey Uso is a persona. He's not a wrestler. Like, he's not based on where he's at right now. He shouldn't be there based on his wrestling. He's there because of the revenue. And realistically, all that revenue is coming from the ages below 18. I don't think a lot of the adults are over with Jey Uso. I think it's more so the kids, which is...
Dude, Howard.
Howard's what?
Mir, how old are you? You're above 18, right? you over with Jey Uso, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay then. So if he's older than 18, I think a whole lot of people older than 18 is with Jay. What you
You're
talking about?
you're going based off who's in the.
But you gotta think though, like when you see the shows, right? All them people in the crowd, they be older than 18 almost. They have his shirts on. They do his yeet. So what you
I'm not
mean?
gonna lie, I was in a crowd eating myself,
Okay then.
but based on pure performance, pure wrestling and ring ability. If nobody was in the crowd, there was nobody yeeting. If all we can see, like if we're back in COVID, and we saw Gunther versus Jey Uso. Are you with me? Are you with me?
No, I don't care what you say.
So we just wasted like 10 minutes talking about this.
No,
I think we did because this is
I don't
just
think so.
it's just so undeniable that Jey Uso should not have beaten Gunther.
Okay,
Look.
so
Jey Uso improved. You can't take away that he improved,
Okay,
and that's all.
a lot of NBA players improved when they was in the bubble, and look at them now.
what you mean? Look at him now.
I'm just saying a lot of people that was at the height of their career in the bubble are nowhere to be seen now. It's just
Speaking of Lakers and 5.
I mean, I'm not even. We're not even gonna get into that. This is a wrestling video. I don't know. I'm not impressed with what I see from Jey Uso.
Okay.
Like I said,
everybody got their opinions, but I'm not gonna
it's
say
just
you wrong.
it's frog splash and super kicks the entire match, or it's him getting bludgeoned to death and
Okay,
reviving himself mid match to hit frog splash and win. It's just not entertaining to me.
Just Superman punch after Superman punch, spear after spear after spear. What is the difference?
The difference is Roman Reigns. You know, I ain't gonna do that. But the difference is Roman Reigns is one of the best at selling. Okay, so whoever he's in the ring with, he makes them look 20 times better because he sells what they're doing to him. Okay, he's one of the best on the mics, easily. I wouldn't put him.
Jay's gotten a lot better on the
Jey,
mic. Let's be real.
He's gotten a lot better, yes, but is he as good as Roman Reigns? No,
Wait,
he's not. He's not there.
I mean, but you gotta think that he never.
You said
gotta
Roman's
think, I feel
trash.
like
Roman used to be trash on the mic. He improved.
We're not.
he was worse than Jay.
Okay, but you talking about like when he's saying like suffering succotash and stuff. That was straight script. Like that was what Vince McMahon wrote for him. So what do you want? What do you want him to do with it? How does it? I don't.
Even if you mess up, you got to be good enough to improvise.
Okay, but if you got a man like Vince McMahon running the company and you go off script.
Wait. The Rock is one of the greatest people on the mic, right? What about the time he had it on his wrist? What about that?
You're not making any good points to me.
How?
No,
The Rock, in my opinion, is not one of the best on the mics. He's okay. He's good. He's over with the people, but I wouldn't say he's one of the best on the mic.
Who's the best on the mic?
Who's the best?
Yeah.
Paul Heyman, CM Punk, John Cena.
But,
They're the three best on the mic.
so what about Roman Reigns? Where he at?
He's not top 5. He's one of the best in WWE right now.
He's not top 5.
Right now he is, but not all time.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
Yes, I think so. You gotta realize, bro, you're not even old enough to know who was good back then on the mic. So you gotta think.
How am I not old enough though? Because we had the WWE Network. We grew up with the WWE Network, so I could go back to any point in time and watch any match, any promo, any.
But look though, you might just magically click on one. That was probably their best promo their whole career, bro, and everything else could have been trash.
So are you telling me that CM Punk, Paul Heyman, and John Cena are not the top 3 greatest on the mic of all time?
I didn't say they won't. That's not what I said. You said Roman wasn't top 5. That's what we're talking about.
So Roman top 5 all time?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm like, we might have to end the video right now.
I don't know why you think that though.
I just can't see it. Like crowd work, Roman is one of the great. I think Roman is the greatest. If we're going strictly off crowd work, I think Roman is the greatest. But mic work, I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, you gotta think he was
everybody
he was with Paul Heyman for what, the past 4 years, so he had the greatest on the mic for him, and I think there's a reason for that.
Mm.
But anyways, I think we've strayed way past the point that we were making originally, that Jey Uso should not have dethroned Gunther.
Nah, I didn't say that. You said that. Don't say we.
But that was the point that was being made originally. Now we're on the who's the greatest on the mic. So it's just. I mean, you're right. You're definitely right. Jey Uso has improved on the mic. He's improved in every aspect of wrestling other than the wrestling. If we're strictly on the entertainment part, he's definitely improved on all of that. But as far as wrestling, I still see him as a tag team wrestler.
Okay.
All right, so we'll get past Mir. Is there anything that you need to say about Jey Uso and Logan Paul?
It's not really. I mean, Jey Uso. I think Jey Uso gonna win, gonna retain the championship.
And
even if you don't like him.
I mean, I'm not saying that Logan Paul should be the one to dethrone him, but if he does, I'd be more than happy. I think it definitely. I mean, I think it would elevate Logan Paul a whole lot, and I think Logan Paul deserves it. And if we're being,
I told you. But
I was gonna say, if we're being completely honest, I think Logan Paul is the complete opposite of Jey Uso. I think he's, I wouldn't say terrible, but he's definitely not anywhere near the best on the mic. He's definitely not over with the fans, but his in-ring work is next to none. So I wouldn't be mad if Logan Paul won it. What are you saying, Vaughn?
All right. I would say if they do add the match to the card, Jey Uso retains. And like you said, if he was to beat Jey, it would elevate him. Yeah, you're right. But like I said in my prediction video, or I think it was the last video we made, Logan Paul dethrones John Cena.
You keep dreaming, buddy. That's definitely not gonna happen. If anybody does it, it's gonna be Randy Orton or Cody Rhodes. There's nobody. Is there any other matches that either of you would like to see or think we're gonna see at Backlash?
No, I think they stick to the 5-card matchup. If they add a 5th match, other than that, I think it'll be 5 matches.
Yeah, I think like just too late. Like just start something. Then I mean, we got like a couple of days away. I mean, it's next week is coming, so I mean, it's kind of hard to build something like for Monday, Friday. But I mean, they should just stick to these matches. They'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, we've only got two regular scheduled programs left before we get to the PLE. One Raw, one SmackDown. I think that could be a potential to add the Stratton and Nia, and that's definitely a potential to add Jay and Logan for a Monday. So, I mean, I think we could get another match from each show, but I think it's more than likely we'll get just the 4 or 5 match card. I mean, I'm excited for what we have so far, so I wouldn't be mad if they don't throw another one in. But like I said, I think Gunther and Pat is going to be a squash match. I don't think it's going to be much. I don't think it's going to be very long. I don't think it's going to be very long. So I think they will add another match just to fill in that time that they waste on Gunther and Pat.
I'd say 10, 15-minute match.
I mean, it definitely could be, but I think it's going to be.
I think Pat wins. Okay, I'm lying, bro. Gunther's going to win, but I think Pat will put on a good show, like I said.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's not gonna put on a good show, but I think it's just gonna be pure dominance from Gunther. Um, before we go, is there anything that you think will surprise us? You think we'll be surprised by a return or a spot or a match? Anything? You think there's gonna be any surprises throughout Backlash, or you think it's just gonna be a pretty straight, simple PLE?
Like you said, I think Cody might return, attack Orton, just to make sure Cena wins, just so he can possibly win it back from Cena himself. Other than that, I don't think nothing else.
What do you think, man?
I got Bailey coming back, returning. Maybe perhaps cost Lyra the championship, and then align herself with Becky Lynch. You never knew, and then start that feud off. But you never know what can happen.
Yeah, I mean, never say never in wrestling. We could definitely see something go far left compared to what we think is going to happen. So definitely exciting card. That's all we have for you. I appreciate y'all watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, share this to your mother and your auntie. I'm Bosh Braden with Visionary Vaughn and Heartbreakmier, and we appreciate you watching.